Chapter 2 notes, tile patterns. During the first lesson of this unit, when we were looking at multiple representations of linear relationships, we looked at a tile pattern. Today we're going to learn how to take this tile pattern and turn it into a table, turn it into an equation, etc. So you can see our tile pattern in this example. It has figure 1, figure 2, figure 3. Notice in our table, the figure numbers are listed. That is the x variable. Okay. The number of tiles in the figure, that is the y variable. So what I would do first is fill in figure 1, 2, and 3 into the table by counting the number of tiles. So figure 1 has 5 tiles. Figure 2 has 7. Figure 3 has 9. Okay, now they didn't give us a figure 4, but we could figure it out by continuing the pattern that we see. So notice from 5 to 7, they added 2 tiles. From 7 to 9, they added 2. So it makes sense that from figure 3 to figure 4, they would probably also add 2 tiles. So figure 4 has 11. Working backwards, you can see that figure 4 has 11, figure 3 has 9, figure 2 has 7 tiles, figure 1 has 5. I could predict that figure 0 would have 2 less tiles than figure 1, since they're dropping by 2 as we go up the table. So figure 0 has 3 tiles. So I can double check that that's adding 2 every time. So the tiles added per figure, that's another fancy name for the slope. So it's adding 2 tiles per figure. And the y-intercept, of course, would be when the x value is 0, which happens to be in our table at figure 0. So the y-intercept would be 3. So our equation would be y equals 2x plus 3. So one of the things you'll have to be able to do is try to figure out what is figure 0. And you can actually do it as a picture too. If you look at figure 1 has 5 squares in it, okay? If you color in those same 5 squares in figure 2, so I just copied figure 1 into figure 2, you'll notice there's 2 extra squares added for figure 2, and they were added in a diagonal. And if you look at figure 3, you can see figure 2 inside it. Figure 2 has 3 squares on top and 4 on the bottom. So this green represents figure 2. You'll notice again, for figure 3, it just added a diagonal. So I think it would make sense if I went from figure 1 down to figure 0, that they would probably just take off this diagonal, since that's what's getting added onto every figure. So figure 0 would look like this if you wanted to draw it. And it has 3 tiles in it. So as you're working with tile figures, you'll have to find figure 0, and you should try to draw it, see if you can figure out what the pattern is. Fill in the table, find the slope, find the y-intercept, and then write your equation. These can be kind of fun. They're kind of like a game. So good luck with your tile patterns.